This what you wanted? Huh? Is this what you wanted? Is this how you get your sick kicks? And I got the fucking... We're bunny boys. This is this came in the mail today.
And this week on episode, and I can't believe we're already here, but 7 of After the Split, the deep dive interview show, we have MadBroNine, who has a heart of gold and some of the best production quality I have seen on Twitch TV. Why don't you tell the people who you are, what you've run?
I am MadBroNine, as properly said, but you can also call me Robin if you'd like. I speedrun a couple of games. I would consider myself a casual speedrunner, so I started speedrunning with Crash NST, Warped. Specifically, I ran Super Mario Odyssey for a while, and I'm currently running The Messenger 8-bit, looking to get into linear, which is a fantastic game.
All of which I've watched a bit. They're very fantastic. And I will say I'm completely biased, and that Bro9 is one of my day ones. A good homie.
Oh, I do have the founder
so
badge.
I'm happy to have you on.
I'm glad to be here. Honestly, I'm surprised you also want to like interview me, because
why not?
I would consider myself like a more casual speedrunner. Like, if I have to compare myself to like the cookies and throwback to last week, Insert Logic, and Bobby Bell, they put in work, and I stream speedruns once a week usually.
Well, I kind of like it. I think you and I are somewhat on the same level, where you get to a comfortable level and you're good with that. And not everybody needs to be world record runners. It's still, there's a shared passion in just doing it,
For sure. I mean, being content with your own progress, and then, seeing others around you grow is also great.
Exactly.
You don't need to be world recce.
Is sick.
Although world recce, though.
I mean, it would be nice, and I'm still trying to find my meme game to at least hold one. Shit.
Oh, Jump Wig?
Jump Wig? No, not even close. I'm not even a good moderator for that.
That
Let
went
alone
fast.
a good runner. As I intend, I thought it would. I didn't even get any clout for it, so a failed project on that end. Oh, dog, hello.
By Shinji.
But yeah, why don't you tell the people? I know you've said it probably 100 times, but what is your screen name?
It's MadBroNine, which might to many people would seem like MadBrony and then NE, which makes no sense. But it's actually an anagram of my full name, Docs Alert. You can find me if you don't have a smooth brain and you can rearrange the letters in the correct order, and know that I'm Dutch. You can find me. Although you can just look at my Twitter.
That also would work.
That also would work. Yeah, it's a unique name, and I never thought that when I started streaming again, that I would stick with MadBroNine, because I used to be called Graphics for the longest time.
Really? I didn't know that, actually.
Yes. Yeah, I called myself Graphics Killer. Thought X Killer was maybe a little bit too edgy. Call of Duty days. I was 15.
True.
And then I rebranded to Graphics, went by that name for ages, and then needed an alt account, lost my original Graphics Twitch, and then, now we're here. People like it. It's a name that is very versatile. MadBroNine, RadBroNine, SadBroNine, DadBroNine.
It's so good.
Everything works. I have many nicknames too. People call me either Mad or MadBro or Bro9 or Nine or Brownie, or as properly put in Bobby's bill. My first interaction with Bobby Bill was ButtBro9.
Mad butts.
It's very versatile, and if you look for it, you'll find me, which is great.
I changed my name about 4 times before I ever even went live for the first time, just because I was like, I don't really want my name, but I've never had great nicknames for game stuff. I had one, but it didn't age well because a certain redacted individual shared that same name. So,
oof.
But I think it's grown on me.
Something about that on your stream before. Yeah.
I think
I
it's
mean,
just iconic.
GaffeyTaffy is great.
Mm-hmm.
I love GaffeyTaffy. Although
Once you know we're partner, maybe I'll drop the Gaffy part and just be Taffy. We'll see.
Ooh, partner soon.
Not even close.
It's a dream, man. It's a dream.
Yeah, aim high, you know?
Exactly.
But so what is your living situation right now? You got roommates, family?
I sort of have roommates. This is like I just rent the attic of a nice old lady who sometimes cooks dinner for us, which is real nice. But I took on my own quite a long time ago. This is like my 6th year in this house.
Oh, wow. Which,
Yeah,
I
I've been
mean,
on my
you
own
showed in
for
the
a while.
background in the past. It looks like a nice, cozy area. Like you say attic, it sounds not
I mean, it's
fantastic, but
functional.
it's like a fully
I'm not like
furnished.
a big fashion and furniture guy, but like
Mm-hmm.
it's functional. It works. I have my bed, my couch. We can watch movies on the TV with friends. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice.
And do you have any pets? Are you a pet person?
I do have a pet, but she doesn't live with me. I have a cute little cat called Bokita.
Okita?
But she lives with my parents. Yeah, Bokita. It's derived from Bokito, the monkey that escaped from the zoo like years back. She was really stubborn when we got her as a kitten, and then we just felt that Bokita was really fitting.
I kind of
We
like that
usually
name.
shorten it to Boa. It's an interesting short handle. Yeah.
Actually, is that a Dutch word? Like a Dutch name?
No. Although it's like boa is like boa constrictor, like a snake. No, unfortunately, not an actual Dutch name.
Because I don't know, I hear Boquita, I'm like, oh, that's like Spanish, but I don't know.
It's because Boquito is like I don't even know where it's from, and then Boquita just makes it sound Hispanic, I guess.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
Now, since you're from the Netherlands, how many languages do you speak?
Technically, I know Dutch, which is the language in the Netherlands, and then I live in the province Friesland, which is Friesland, which is a province up north that has their own language. Like most areas will have a dialect.
Yeah,
or,
does
like,
it derive from
certain
something, or is
accents.
it completely individual?
It's like a mix of like Scandinavian languages and Germanic.
That sounds aggressive.
There's some roots here and there. Yeah, like from old days, there's some Viking blood in there, and it's mostly a farmer language. But Frisian is then the second language then that people actually, speak and write here, which is kind of annoying. And then English, and I know just a little bit of German. I know a couple words in French, and that's about it. I
That's
don't actually
sick.
know that much. And of course, I'm a huge weeb, so I know some
Oh,
Japanese.
Nihongo.
Nihongo Saikyo.
Hey. Now, just out of curiosity, what's and it doesn't have to be in any order, but what's some of your top animes you're gonna recommend to people?
Ooh, that really depends. So I like looking at what people have watched in the past, and then finding common things in other shows that I've watched and liked. So I'll usually curate a list for people specifically. But if you like wacky comedy, Nishijo is great. If you like the more old school style, either Samurai Champloo or Cowboy Bebop, or any of the newer shows that have kind of that style. I'm thinking. Ooh, now I forgot the name. Terrible. I'm blanking on the name, but there's a couple newer shows that have a nice older style. I'll have to Google after this.
And in my experience, Pro9 is more than
No
accommodating.
credit.
So if anybody has any need for a suggestion, definitely one of the experts to go to.
I mean, I wouldn't call myself an expert, but
Professional weeb.
Me? No.
Now, with your living situation stuff, do people know about your online presence?
So if you a name that a few people might recognize from my community, and then a little bit of bleed over here and there, is Amanda Hart. who is one of my good friends that I learned to playing Dungeons and Dragons with family of theirs, and they've lived here for a couple of months, and now a new guy came in, and he's like, "Oh, can I check your room? Can I check your living situation?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, sure." Huge ass green screen. He's like, "Oh, you stream?" It's like,
Yep.
yeah, yeah. He immediately told me to like add him on Discord and stuff. So it's I mean, most people around me know. I have a couple friends and colleagues at like my summer job that know about and hang out and actually support the channel, which is really nice.
Yeah, definitely. Your chat's a very homey place, very comforting.
And they're very positive and inclusive. So yeah, we have people from all around the world and of all ethnicities and you know interests and other other interesting factors of life.
Now, kind of early on, and I'll circle back to it for sure, but when you first started streaming, did you only do it for speed purposes, or did you know that you wanted to really be variety and get out there?
So back in the day, I didn't actually stream any speed games. I streamed World of Warcraft.
Really? Oh, I feel like that was, yeah, I thought you were new by the time
No, I streamed all of our raids in the guild, and I wasn't really much of a presence online. It was more like having the VODs for when we kill a boss.
Mm-hmm.
That was mostly the plan, and then I played some Overwatch here and there, and back last year in March I decided I'm gonna give streaming another go, and played Overwatch a bit. Decided that's definitely not what I want because Overwatch kind of stinky.
Who was your main?
And then I was a McCree main. I've since switched to Ana support.
Are you still playing?
Every now and then, just for fun though. No competitive drive really.
Oh, yeah, which
But
especially this many years later, I could see getting burnt out of it.
Yep. And
Teams,
recently Papa
ugh.
Jeff left us.
Oh, R.I.P.
So unfortunate. Rest in peace, Papa Jeff. It's one of the shout outs that I wanted to do.
He's I don't know. Jeffy K was one of the stranger community managers. He wasn't like super enthusiastic, but he always was there, you know?
He's so lovable.
Mm-hmm.
He's so lovable. I just want to give him a big hug.
Aw. Well, maybe one day he'll find this and he'll love you back.
Ooh, that'd be great. That'd be great. No, so I decided that Overwatch wasn't really a thing for me. And that's when I found a certain streamer by the name of Butt Squiggles.
Hey, I know that guy.
I know, right? So a year prior to that, was a Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled released. And I went online on Twitch and thought, well, I'm going to look into some streamers that play this game. And I found a guy called Lermington, and I don't think he's active anymore. And someone called Butt Squiggles. And he was real nice. He had a nice community. It's a smaller streamer. I thought it was really nice. Gave him a follow. Stuck around for a couple days, and then it completely dropped Twitch for a year.
Really?
Came back,
What?
saw him online. I'm like, wait a minute. I know this guy. And he was playing Crash NST Warped at the time, and I was like, wow, I love this game. Why don't I play this? And then he kind of nudged me in the right direction, helped me get going with speedrunning, and that's kind of where it started.
I've told this story a few times now, but Butt Squiggles, back in my early days of running, I was not good by any means, but him and Jamie were very active runners at the time for Crash Insane Trilogy, and they were the first people I ever raced with, my first real like community outreach. And his community, I mean, is still just super tight. One of the nicest guys on Twitch.
For sure.
And I'm pretty sure that's how I met you, actually, is through his network.
Definitely. I think he rated you, and I was like, wait, this guy's pretty cool.
Oh, well, thanks.
I don't remember. Were you playing Crash 2 at the time?
It had to have been Crash 2. That was about all I played for like this first 6 months, I swear. I just knew, I was like, I wanna get good at this, and I'm almost there. I'm just hitting that plateau, I think.
Just nudging forward. Still progress, baby steps.
But I mean, just like anything, I've kind of dropped it lately and picked it up a little bit for a marathon, put it back down. It'll be my Moby Dick. One day I'll get it.
That's actually something that is a reason why I don't speedrun full time, like on stream, because I feel like it burns me out quite quickly.
Yeah. If it's not
So
fun, then what's the point?
exactly, you want to keep it fun, and it's something I always hope that other streamers or speedrunners don't have, is that they burn out, because honestly they put so much time in it. Honestly be a shame if they're not having fun doing it.
Now, I guess, are you happy enough with your time? Because I haven't seen you run in a while with Crash 3 NST. Are you just like, you know what, this was really good, I'm happy with that? Or do you still sometimes are like, I want to beat it?
Honestly, I do want to get a little better. I want to say that I want to tell people that I've ran this childhood game of mine
Mm-hmm.
enough that I can be like top 10. That would be like that's where I would say, okay, that's enough time. There's no way I'm gonna get any better than that.
Yeah,
But I haven't
which is
really
respectable
planned in
still.
a big return. The top 20 was a long goal, and I achieved that in, was it August
It's
of last year?
a fairly competitive game as well, competitive category especially.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's not too many people playing right now compared to
Yeah.
like stuff like Super Mario Odyssey, but I'm looking to get a return in at some point.
Now, just thinking of current events, are you going to be a Speedrun Academy teacher? Are you going to teach people how to run Odyssey?
Speedrun Academy?
Oh, have you not
no.
heard about this?
No? Enlighten me.
Okay, so the Global Speedrun channel, whatever, they recently, and this was just like 2 days ago, put out a trailer that they're going to offer paid coaching from people
Paid
like
coaching?
Simply and Cheese to teach people how to
Damn.
speedrun. And my initial reaction is not positive, but
Yeah, that's
I don't know. I think there's a lot of tight knitness about speedrun communities, and everybody's passionate about it. So it's just like, it's a cheap money grab, and it's a bad take.
yeah. So the thing that I really liked about speedrunning is that the community is really open, and people share new things they found in the community. Like, nobody will hold like a trick up their sleeve,
Mm-hmm.
then pull a fast world recce, and then just be like, "Haha, I got it." And then people don't do that. People hang out on Discord. They talk about like the glitches they found. They talk about new speed tech. And that's the part that I like. So I mean, asking money for specific stuff like that, it kind of
Yeah.
feels
I almost feel like
a
it's
little bit
putting a paywall on it is going to keep people more reserved. Like, why would I share this if it can
Yeah.
keep me ahead of people so people want to pay me to teach them? Which,
Although I do know that like in the fighting community, that is like one-on-one coaching does help some people.
yeah, I could see that, getting another perspective when it's a player versus player aspect. And I wish I had a coach for like Smash and stuff. But for speedrunning, I don't know. It's you versus the game. It's not you
Yeah.
versus other people.
Yeah, you can't mind game the game
Mhm,
unless you consider
exactly.
wall glitching or speed tech to be mind games.
I've since calmed down, and I kind of came around. I'm like, you know what? I can respect the hustle. They want to make some money off of it, and if someone wants to pay Simply for an hour of his time, then he deserves it, you know?
It's all right. I can definitely see that being an possibly a good influence. I know a lot of like competitive games do have coaching systems like that, but
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't pay
guess
for
we'll
it. I think
see
that's
soon.
dumb, but to each their own.
I wouldn't pay if they put like video guides behind paywalls. I think that's where I draw the line.
Exactly. When you start restricting information. But especially stuff like Super Mario 64 is so optimized. You can find anything.
I was interested in running SM64 until I realized, well, it's a really hard game.
Yeah. I mean, you run Odyssey, which is more or less the same, only with motion controls, which is arguably even more difficult.
I mean, it has its quirks, but I think SMO is a great game for people to get started in speedrunning
Oh,
because
really? You think it's a
it's
good
mostly
intro?
about yeah, I think like so Crash was a really good intro for me because I played the heck out of it when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
But Super Mario Odyssey, I went in mostly blind. I did a full blind playthrough. Took me 4 hours, 20 minutes.
Oh, that's
Then
not bad,
had
actually.
the great Cookie Naval, or the Cookie Naval, just helped me run through the scenario. Uh, Took the time down to 2 hours and just went from there with
Hmm.
marginal improvements here and there, and then looking up guides and getting into the swing of things. It's um it's a game that you can get better in many different ways.
Yeah.
But it's really the bar's quite low for entry. I think you can enjoy speedrunning SMO at any level.
To me, I don't know. The Mario games, they're just so input tight and very open that it's very daunting to try and learn. But it's on my one day soon,
One day
maybe.
list.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, running Super Mario Odyssey at the time I'm now, I have a 1 hour 10 minutes 17 seconds run.
Damn, big dog.
It it was top 500 last week, and I've since dropped down to 503.
Really? That many new runners,
Yeah,
huh?
there are so many people playing Super Mario Odyssey that you actually have to put in time, or else you're gonna fall behind.
That's kind of
But
nuts.
if you focus on your own improvements and just enjoying the game as is,
Mm-hmm.
you don't really need to worry about that.
There's some that
The
big.
top
I think that
500
you
was a
have
great
to, right?
achievement for me, but
And you can say you've done it, which
oh
I
yeah.
out of I mean a ballpark. Any idea how many people have submitted for that category?
I think there's 2,500, over
2,500. Oh
2,500,
my
and there's a
god.
ton of people that haven't submitted because they feel like their time isn't good enough
Mm-hmm.
yet.
Nobody wants to be last or close
Yep,
to last
yep.
even. So I
And
definitely I have a couple games like that, I think.
as an older brother, there's actually only one thing you need. You want to tell your younger sibling that you can beat this Mario game in an hour, and that's all you really want.
True.
You could just blow his mind with, just look at this video real quick.
Mom said it's my turn. Yeah,
That's
you can
pretty
have it
funny.
when I die.
Deathless run. Oops.
Uh-huh.
Sorry, kiddo. It's bedtime.
Now, and it feels strange asking you these because I know it, but it's good for other people to know. Do you go to school or anything like that?
Yeah, I follow a bachelor's in network and security engineering. So I'm in IT. I've been for a while, kind of on the fence of like just going to work and dropping it, or just finishing it and looking for some good paying job, and then enjoy my time that I have free on like streaming and stuff. But it's an interesting period right now with the whole COVID and stuff.
And until fairly recently, I know you had another job. What was that, and did you like it?
Oh yeah, so like it's a summer job basically.
Mm-hmm.
I took an internship at my old high school or middle school for Dutch people, and they really enjoyed my presence and work and interaction with their clients. And it's like in the middle school itself, so like in the school itself. And I basically coach students to like get started on their own within a week.
Oh,
And I do like all round work and communication with clients, and some handy stuff with actual computers here and there, some server management, some network management, and they just felt like they want to ask me back every summer because it's for them it's fairly cheap. For me, it's like an easy way to get
mm-hmm.
money, and it's not like I'm having to work like blood, sweat, and tears just to like get a little
True.
pay. We get paid throughout the lunch breaks. It's honestly, it's a great time for me. It's like small vacation work. I get paid. I'm good with that.
Is the teaching aspect something you enjoyed?
Oh yeah, for sure. for sure. I've considered doing stuff like teaching IT classes and stuff like that, but teaching requires another degree
Of
and
course.
some special courses, and those can be quite daunting if to like just get started. And even then, teaching doesn't pay that well.
True.
I can always teach on my own with friends and people that want to learn some creative stuff here and there and some technical computer stuff. You can always
So,
ask MadBroNine.
what's your aspiration career-wise? Would you like to be a full-time streamer, or do you hope to go something more into your degree field?
I've never actually thought about streaming as like a full-time career. Every now and then people will say, "Yeah, just go for it, just go for it." I'm like, "There's no way. There's
Yeah,
no way." Like you can like have a good like online career, so to speak, but I don't think like a full-time job is comparable at all.
I definitely
Um,
don't either.
but I've always really liked the idea of having like a certification of some sorts, like
Mm-hmm.
a company coming to you for like a security problem, or like getting a security stamp with your name on it saying this company has all their security stuff on lockdown. And so I'm kind of into the like penetration testing and security aspects of it, but then also just any network related stuff with hardware is nice.
Yeah,
Just
for
working
sure.
in a big data center, just setting up servers, making sure that all the clients get their resources. It's a bit of a tech mumbo jumbo, but I enjoy it.
It's kind of astounding because I know this is basically Chinese to a lot of people, but so you and I are in the same
It is.
field. Have you bothered testing for any certs yet, like a Cisco or a CompTIA?
So I could get my Cisco certs if I'd like. I've kind of been putting them off because it requires a lot of studying, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a big study person. I do most of my learning on intuition and just using logic to determine what the actual answer is. So I've been kind of putting it off, but I think soon I'll have to get some certification and actually get to work.
The thing I hate is that not only is it super difficult, but you have to pay to test. I'm like, oh my
Yep,
god! And then once you do, you have to pay to keep it active. I'm like,
yep. You
this
have
is a
to take the
scam.
test again. Yep. Yeah, it feels definitely kind of like a
But
scam
people like to see it to hire you. So
for
luckily,
sure.
I at least got my CompTIA one for free. But any future
Oof.
ones are not going to be free.
No.
I guess, do you see yourself more starting your own, uh, I guess, network security company, or are you looking to join somebody?
So I would definitely start by joining a company or
Mm-hmm.
like a bigger firm. Um, Starting on like having my own company would definitely be something I'd like to do in the future. I like having good people that know their field around me. Like I need people around me that I can trust, basically.
Which,
And then
yeah,
I would
it is,
definitely
I
cherry
think, the
pick some
natural
of the good
progression.
guys and pay them
Mm-hmm.
well. Yeah,
Yeah.
and I like working in a team and making sure that everyone is up to snuff, so to speak.
Keep them on their toes.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Now, I like to ask this question because I'm very much globally influenced. Are you a traveler? Do you like to go places?
So this might be weird to some people, but I've actually never left the Netherlands,
Really?
other than maybe 3 kilometers into Belgium. Yeah,
And why
I've
was
been
that? Why
very
did you go into
unlucky.
Belgium?
We had, I think, friends of my mom that we visited once that lived at the border.
Okay.
But it's kind of weird. I don't really have that travel lust. Although recently I've been more interested in traveling, and I'm planning a trip to the UK at least, and then maybe in the future Japan would be really
Oh
nice.
yeah. Definitely let me know. I'll go to Japan with you. I'll show you around.
Oh yeah. So I've been mixing with like American group of streamers, and they're all like, yeah, we're all going, we're all going.
Yeah.
I
I think
doubt it,
everybody
but it'd be
wants
super
to.
nice to meet some
Mm-hmm.
people. Yeah,
Especially over the past year, nobody's been allowed to go anywhere. So it's like,
exactly.
I need to go now.
Yeah.
I'm still somewhat torn. As you know, I just left. I loved it, and I'm back now, and I'm kind of thinking about, starting just having a normal life and actually settle down somewhere, maybe get a house, that kind of fun stuff. But then part of me is like, or I could go to school in Japan. That might be pretty cool.
That sounds pretty great, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So this is actually a question I've been meaning to ask you. So
Mm-hmm.
what do you miss most about Japan?
Culture's a vague answer, so I'll just say
Oh no, I get that though.
the feeling and the lifestyle. Like, I don't know. There's something nice. Everybody's just genuinely nice to you. You feel safe. Like here, everybody has a gun and they lock their doors and it's like, oh, you can't leave your car unlocked. Oh my God, what are you doing? You need security systems. And in Japan, like, all right, no guns and I feel safer. My house is unlocked. My car, I leave it on the street. It don't matter. Nobody's gonna break in or anything. And then just stuff like convenies, your Family Mart Lawson's made my life. I was like, all right, go to work, make a meal. And it's just so beautiful too.
I can definitely understand that. I kind of wish for like that kind of environment for sure. Like I'm to most people I might seem like an extrovert, but I need my time alone. I need my like peace and quiet.
Which is also
like,
nice.
The more reserved way of that culture is definitely something that kind of pulls me in. It seems very nice.
Yeah, definitely. You're making me nostalgic now.
I'm sorry.
No, it's all good. All right. This is the section where I like to do something a little funky. So let me know how it sounds to you. I would like, and this is very much inspired because you seem like a big game music person. In fact, I see, and I'm going to butcher this, but Kumu?
Oh yeah, I've the cumulative playlist is full force on my stream. Yeah,
all the time. Which I mean, I put it on. It's good.
It's a good playlist.
So I've got 10 of them for you.
Shout out to Cumu.
Yeah, definitely shout out. Check it out. I've got 10 of them for you. We're gonna keep score,
boy.
And you can get double points actually. So out of 10, but out of 20, if you can name the song. Or, I'm sorry, name the game and then name the song itself, then you get a bonus point. Let me know if you hear this.
I can definitely hear that, yeah.
And what is it?
This is Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah, correct. Name of the song?
Ooh, is there a specific name for this one? This is the NES version, so it's like, I think it's just Super Mario Bros.
Correct. It was a trick. But yeah,
trick question.
The name of the song is Super Mario Bros. Theme song.
Fair.
All right. And these are all pretty popular. You should maybe know them.
All right. Ooh, it's hard.
I love this song.
This is Donkey Kong Country.
Yes. Now, do you know the name? And yeah, I'm giving you 10 seconds on each one.
I've listened to this so much. It's what is it? It's not Frozen Caverns.
Boom, boom.
Is it? No, I can't place it.
That's okay. It is like... Aquatic Ambience, the water levels.
Right.
Which, incredibly, water levels notoriously have good music and are just shit to play.
Yep.
Donkeys wasn't bad, but it wasn't good either.
I mean, the music is a vibe, though. Yeah,
the music is always banging. I expect you know this one pretty quick.
Oh. That's my boy Crash.
Now which one?
This is the Warped Hub theme.
Yeah. See, I knew you. You're killing it.
I mean, this one is not too hard.
Yeah.
I'm expecting a curveball.
I'll let this one play just because it's a banger.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, do you know it?
I certainly do. It's obviously Legend of Zelda. This is I'm pretty sure this is in Ocarina of Time.
Okay.
And if I say this wrong, Snoozing, my good friend Snoozing Slowpoke will kill me.
He might kill you.
Gerudo Valley?
Oh yeah. See,
Okay.
never in doubt.
Right,
never in
I'm
doubt.
safe.
Now this one you'll either get it after half a second or not know it.
Oh. Yes. Oh man.
And?
Did not expect this one. This is Lavender Town.
Oh yeah. And that's pretty much the tears. Like everybody knows this or you have no idea what it is at all.
Yeah. I can imagine people being like, what is this? Oh my god, where do I know this from?
You hear like the first beep and it's just like, oh yeah, ghosts.
Boop, beep, boop. Yep. Spooky pasta. Insert spooky pasta here.
Now this one I'm not sure if you would know or not. And try not to cry.
We all cry. You can't stop us. Now, I feel like Final Fantasy has a very specific kind of tune.
See, you are good.
Final Fantasy, specifically 7, if I recall correctly. The question is... I think this is Aerith's theme?
Ooh, it can be tricky since they tend to share similar themes, but this is from 10. I don't know if this will help you at all.
Oh, yeah, no, I hear it now. Yeah, makes sense.
And do you remember the name?
Though.
Yeah.
I've never actually finished 7 or 10. Don't shoot me. I'm sorry.
Actually, big unpopular opinion. I don't think 10 is nearly as good as people hype it up to be. Ooh. I know, I'm gonna get massacred for this one, but
Cancelled.
The main character is just so unlikable, and then the gameplay is pretty decent, yeah, but it's like the first 10 seconds that he's in there, they're like, whatever you do, don't tell people you're from Xanarkand, because like, shit's fucked, alright? And then he's like, oh, we're on the beach, hi, I played baseball, I'm from Xanarkand, and this piece of shit. And it's like, Yuna's like, yeah, you know what, I gotta do this, I gotta go. Peace. And he's like, no, don't do it. I'm gonna be a problem the entire game.
But Waka though.
Waka's a G.
But Waka though.
You can't
just throw your ball,
deny
man.
that.
Just throw your ball.
Throwing a ball at people. It's great. But yeah, I didn't like playing Blitzball. I didn't like the main character. The music was good. The gameplay was pretty good. And then the story's man.
I've played
it's Final Fantasy.
Like 6 hours of it, and then I decided that. Well, JRPG is still not really for me.
Yep. I mean, they're just so time consuming. Speaking of... This one, yep, you only get 10 seconds.
Yep. Persona.
Yep. Very iconic.
5. The question is... I don't actually know the song names in Persona. Like,
oh no?
I have a couple of community members who are like, "Oh yeah, was it something in the desert? It's great." And I'm like, "Yep, I like it, but I don't know all of them names."
Yeah, I know that song, the jazzy
one.
one.
Able to name it. Yeah, they're all jazzy.
Exactly. I didn't ever play a Persona game or anything till like a year or so ago, just because Joker was in Smash Ultimate. And I was like, oh wait, this music actually slaps. Hold on. Yeah.
All right. How many people at your local tourney showed up with Persona masked?
None actually.
None. All right.
Yeah.
So I went to a tournament called Metamorph in Groningen, in the Netherlands, and there were at least 6 people
really
who main Joker, who showed up with some form of the Joker mask, and well, you know those kind of people.
So I guess to be fair, when Ultimate came out and when I was competing in it, I was still living in Japan, and nobody really tier lists hordes there, which is incredible because they're still incredible at the game.
People stick to their guns. I like it.
It wasn't until Leo was, I mean, top of his game for 4 months before anybody at my local even main Joker. It's just because they stopped liking their own character, and he got good with it too. It was like a 16-year-old to kick my ass.
Fighting a good Joker is painful. Both physically and in the soul.
I was pretty decent with him. I'd say it was like 60-40 his favor, but I don't know. He got better probably over time. And all right, only a couple left for you.
Now this is a Kirby theme. But I feel like this is a trick question because I haven't. Yeah, so this sounds like the Kirby theme that is in Smash, not the Kirby theme.
Maybe.
So this is Green Greens, if I recall correctly.
Oh, so very close.
Oh,
Dreamland.
Shit.
Green Green's also in, so that's why.
Is this the version in Melee though? Because it sounds like the version in Melee. All right.
See, you just know me. That's cheating. All right. This one you'll probably get.
This one's kind of hard to, not get.
And?
It's Banjo-Kazooie.
No,
you can even hear
points.
Kazooie.
What stage is it? What's the song? Or world, I guess. Level? I don't know. What do you call banjo places?
Worlds, I assume.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a rough one, because I think I only know this as, like, the starting area. And I don't actually know if that has a name, but I'm gonna guess Gobi's Valley.
Oh, this was Click Clock Wood, which there was a double bonus. Can you guess which season of Click Clock Wood? I'll play it again.
Spring?
Actually, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it sounded like spring.
I love that they have the same song with the different variants. Yeah, watched Gage a little bit in my lifetime.
Yeah, just a bit.
All right, and last one.
Here we go.
Now, this is obviously from Super Mario Odyssey, and this is Jump Up Superstar.
You bet it is, because
you bet it is.
Boom! Guess what? That's a transition into really asking you more about how. Why did you pick running SMO?
Ooh, good one. So I guess I'll get straight into it. So, many people know and either love or hate him. You know that one guy, Small End 1, now without the 1?
I've heard of him once or twice.
So, I've been a big fan of Small End ever since I saw one of his earlier SMO runs, and I thought he was very likable. He did a bunch of Pokemon stuff, which I really like too. I just kind of stuck around, and the more I watched it, the more I wanted to try playing Super Mario Odyssey. And the funny thing is, the Super Mario Odyssey copy I have isn't even my own.
Really?
It's my younger brother's. Yep.
You just straight up stole it?
11-year-old... No. I asked my 11-year-old brother if I could borrow Super Mario Odyssey so I could speedrun it. And he had finished it twice already. Like,
okay. So yeah, he didn't even need it.
I haven't even bought the game myself. It's not my copy.
And how many times do you think you've beaten it now?
Oh, I haven't looked at the number recently. I think it has to be around 50 to 60 times. Somewhere in that ballpark. It's not too many.
A few times more than your brother, then.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. But also, he doesn't finish it within a day. He has to go to bed.
It was still when the game was new, but I remember watching, and I don't think I've watched him in a while, but Fire Dragon is definitely one of the more popular speedrunners. But
Ooh, not heard of that name.
really, people put his emotes all the time. Fi, he's got like that red dragon emotes.
Hmm.
No? Okay. Well, still, he was pushing it like as one of the top runners, and his time was still like, oh, let's see if we can get a sub 120, which would drown now.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
so it's
Oh
crazy to see
man.
the development of it. But I mean, people are so
I was
much better.
recently informed that there was another half a second time save in one of the brutal fights
Really? Oh
with
no.
Harriet. Yep.
Does it
Yeah,
make it
I'm
much more
like,
technical as well to save that half a
yes, yes,
second?
yes.
Mm,
So if you know the Harriet fight, she throws out bombs at the end.
yeah.
One at the like pyramid, and we skipped that fight, so you don't really see it. But then she throws two in Bowser's Kingdom. You shoot the one with the hat, and then the return of Cappy will trigger the other bomb, which will then stay in the air, and then you can hit her into that and save half a second. It's
Oh.
absolutely bonkers. Like you
Oh,
said,
jeez.
Super Mario Odyssey is very optimized.
Mm-hmm.
And very input heavy if you want to go fast.
I guess that's one thing I do like about in general the 3D Mario games is the skill ceiling is really, really high. So you can always optimize a little bit farther, do something more, which
Yeah,
to me has become important
definitely.
in a game, knowing that you can always do better.
For sure. And one of the things that I wanted to do, that was one of my goals, other than getting top 500 or like a 110, was getting a 110 with the beginner route. Like
Really?
completely beginner route, like the YouTube videos by Tomshi and Smolin show. And
Mm-hmm.
then optimize the movement and actually go fast instead of going for the cheap tricks and putting in the work for actually using proper movement and making sure you go fast.
I find that really
Which
interesting, actually. I'm not sure why, but I'm like, to me, I'm like, yeah, I want every shortcut I can get. Might as well practice the good
I,
stuff instead of practicing the
yeah,
hard stuff.
I know a lot of beginning streamers and speedrunners of Super Mario Odyssey that decide to grind ILs until they're super good, and then they bopped me, and I'm like, well, that's very good on you.
Mm-hmm.
But I also feel like they will plateau faster,
Oh,
and
for sure.
I'm good with like personal progression and taking smaller steps just to like satiate the feeling of getting better.
If you do decide to implement more time-saving methods, then you already have good movement too. So it's
Exactly.
yeah, I could see the benefits for sure.
Speedrunning is definitely something that for me it's more a mastery of the game and less getting the fastest time. Although getting a fast
Ooh.
time, that's really nice. And that's mostly because I also have roots in like MMOs and like being good at World of Warcraft and fighting games. Although I've never been like super good at fighting games.
There's something really wholesome I like about that, and I've heard this a couple times recently. I'm just like, wow, this kind of touches me. Hearing people just love to push a game or something like that versus like I want to win.
Yeah. And I think speedrunning is great for that because with speedrunning you can make any game
Mm-hmm.
competitive. Single player game that is short and nice and sweet. Super Mario is relatively short. It's an hour and a half if you go at a relatively fast pace. So you don't put in hours and hours on end on doing a one game, but any game you can just master it and get better at, and that means that there's no toxicity involved in like competitive communities like shooters, because
That's
that's
true,
always
yeah.
something really off-putting for me.
That's I think that's something that's kept me really involved as much as it has over the past year is just that community sense and everything is nice. Everybody encourages each other, at least in the games that I've run and the people I've talked to.
Yeah, I think all of the communities that I've joined, like starting with Crash, everyone was really nice. Obviously, I had a couple people helping me with some of the speed tech, and then a guide by Murcast that really helped me out. Um, and just nice people all around, which is just great. And then I moved to Super Mario Odyssey. I was done with my Crash time for now. and I found a couple smaller streamers that I really enjoyed hanging out with. And we have like a smaller leaderboard, and it's just fun for us to hang out and like do a race every now and then, or like compare our techniques and like find small optimizations for each other and just helping each other out.
I like that. Now, since you've gone around quite a bit. You did Crash, you did Super Mario Odyssey, you're doing the Messenger. What is it that you look for in a new speed game?
So the aspect in the speed game that I enjoy most is the movement and the feel of the movement. So a game like Crash, if Crash didn't have had hop slides, I would probably have passed on Crash. It's one of the reasons why I don't want to play Crash 1 in a speedrun. And 2 is just a little hard, and I've never played 2 as a kid, so it was
Doesn't hold that nostalgia factor as well.
Level of entry is a little harder for me personally. But yeah, the feeling of going fast in those games is it just feels nice, and it feels nice to like master that movement. And for example, in Messenger, the game is designed to give you options in movement. You can adjust on the fly and choose another route in a room, just because you got hit by an enemy or your jump wasn't quite high enough, and that feels like it's very satisfying to play.
Yeah, watching you, because I played the Messenger a while back, like on my Switch. It was fun, but I definitely was not nearly as fluid while watching you. There's an art to it. I mean, it's like fluid is the best word I can use. You're just always moving, and it looks so smooth.
Yeah.
And it looks sick. The Messenger looks sick to run.
Messenger looks really good. So the thing that got me into Messenger is actually a guy called Grondius, who is the current world record holder of, I think, 7 categories in the Messenger.
Oh shit.
And he shows mastery beyond things that I could even imagine the game would have after playing it casually. And there's little quirks and things you can do that influence your movement that I want to do in the future, that I'm working towards, which is, I'm not going for world record, but I want to get my name up there.
Yeah, for sure. Is it I can't remember. Is it a contentious game to run? Like, are there a lot of runners at the top level?
There's a fair amount of runners. There's over 200 submissions. I'm currently ranked 147th, I think.
Oh, nice.
74, either one of those. So there's definitely a way to go, and I think it was actually a stream of Grondius that I rated him in, that he got world record for the 8-bit category.
That's
so
sick.
It's like that just getting your community there to watch world happen, just really nice.
Plus, just
it was really
being
unexpected
there
as well. Yeah,
it's really cool to see the like indie games when they have a lot of submissions. It's kind of when it's going to be something sick to run.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, Hat in Time has that, right?
Hat in Time. I think
even
of
when
Hollow
it was
Knight.
an alpha. Hollow Knight's a beast.
I've seen you destroying it lately. Have you thought about running it?
I have thought about running it. I'm not sure if I want to get into it right now. I usually tackle one game at a time, and I want to like get my goals before I move on to another game. Because I feel like if I spread myself too thin, I'm not gonna be happy with my own progression. But Hollow Knight's insane. I'm still finishing up the final end game, the end Pantheon. So,
is that part of getting to 112, or is that still getting to 106?
That is only end game past 112. You don't actually need
past
to finish
112.
that
Oh jeez.
Yeah, you don't actually need to finish Pantheon 5 to finish up the completionist part of Hollow Knight.
I'm still now working on my casual playthrough, so I'll see the pain soon enough.
It's great. Once you start finding your own playstyle and adjusting your charms, it's a great game to play, and it feels really nice to beat all of the bosses as fast as possible.
Sick. I mean, I've seen, you do. It's like a boss rush, I guess. The Pantheon.
Yes. Yeah.
It looks grueling.
Spoilers ahead
cool.
for the people who haven't played this part. The God Home DLC adds a boss gauntlet and the final gauntlet has all bosses,
Oh,
including the hard
Jesus.
versions, and then a
Ugh.
final hidden boss.
Ooh.
Ooh, yeah,
And
it's I've not even made it there, and it takes like half an hour to only get like halfway through the
are
boss
you
gauntlet.
serious? Oh my God. So it's
It
long
takes
too.
ages, and then losing to one of the stronger bosses that you don't fight as often is just grueling. It's hurtful. You just feel life seep away from your body. It's rough.
I find
But
myself, I can be a
once you
glutton
beat
for
it,
pain, so I'm very excited for this, but I'm also terrified of this.
it's gonna be great. I want to be there when you beat it.
Well, one of these days. One of these
One of these
days.
days. All right.
Since I'm streaming it, I kind of get some insight as to how I'm going. And I love the open exploration aspect, but I know that I'm going very unoptimal.
Oh no, me too. I didn't get. I actually passed on one of the optional early bosses until the very end, where I was like, "What boss am I missing? What the hell? Oh, it's Brooding Moloch,
And what
like
like
one of
does it
the
give you one
very
of the
first
abilities?
optional bosses."
Really?
Sorry.
Does it give you an
Yeah,
ability
that's
for beating that boss?
no, but you it shows up in the gauntlet, and the gauntlet only opens up
Oh, okay.
if you fought the boss before.
Go
So the
figure.
gauntlet wasn't open for me. I was like, wait a minute. I had to go back find all the bosses I didn't do.
So is
Yeah,
Silk
no.
Song going to be an immediate must buy for you?
Yeah, for sure. Silksong looks really good. The combat is even more dynamic, which I really like.
Oh.
So,
I
goodbye.
did hear
Recommend
this
it.
is kind of the meme of the Hollow Knight community is that, oh, it's never coming out. So start
Oh,
having
yeah.
kids now so that maybe your grandkids can play Silk Song when it comes out.
For sure, for sure.
Raise the future
Yeah,
generation of
we've
runners.
been waiting. We've been waiting. Team
But
Cherry soon, right?
soon TM. Mm-hmm. Now, are you a speedrun watcher still? I know you very much diversified and have a lot of variety in your streams and stuff.
I definitely still watch a lot of speedruns. I have a couple friends who I also play other games with. Currently hosting a draft league for Pokemon, which is really fun, which has a couple of
Ooh.
speedrunners, including Rainstormy and Three Gotistical, who, they both branch out into speed games of their own, and I hang out with them. And obviously, I hang out with you whenever I can, even though time zones don't really agree
Yeah.
with that.
Degen US turns
Degen
out to be
hours, yep.
extra Degen for
I've been called that.
EU.
I've been known for living in EST time zones.
True.
I stay up till 6 a.m. and hang out with a US people because it's fun, and I don't really have
Get
any
it while you
obligations
can,
right
you
now.
know?
While I can, yeah.
Eventually real life
Once
will
I'm back to
tackle.
normie life,
Mm-hmm.
then I'll have to stop doing that.
It almost feels weird to drop. I mean, before a year ago, I was never on Twitch. Maybe once in a blue moon for like Catch a Melee tournament, and years and years ago when Dead by Daylight was new, I caught some of that because I thought it was exciting. But
Oh yeah.
now, I mean, it's part of my daily routine. I'd rather put on Twitch than Netflix nowadays, it seems like.
Exactly. It's really nice to interact with a streamer and hang out with a community and like build a community if you're streaming yourself. So it's definitely helpful, especially in this current situation where we can't really hang out with the people we like. It's nice finding new people to hang out with too.
Now I would say you got serious about streaming pretty much soon after I did. What's been some of your favorite aspects of that? What keeps you going?
So I've always had the intention of building a community first.
Mm-hmm.
And then as soon as I realized that actually getting affiliate is possible, I was like, wait a minute. I want my face on Twitch. So the first thing I actually wanted was an emote with my face on Twitch,
Mm-hmm.
which I got after a month of like starting to speedrun Crash. And for me, that was like the biggest step. I was like, well, that's it. I thank y'all for the support. And then my boss actually dropped a couple subs, and
Nice.
a couple friends tuned in, and it kind of just grew from there. And I didn't even start with like a Discord, like something that most people like they have built the Discord before they start streaming.
Oh, really?
yeah, people tell me like told me at the time like, yo, where's the Discord? And I'm like, I don't want a Discord. What do I
Yeah.
need a Discord for? You know, we can hang out on Twitch and and talking games and stuff. No, people wanted the Discord, and it's been a great decision. Thank you, people that pushed me into
Your Discord
making the
icons are
Discord.
always fantastic, by the way.
They're all made by my lovely community members. The current one is made by Joy Decoy. It's some nice fan art, and I'm honestly flattered that people even want to make fan art of me.
I would be
Although,
too,
I mean, it's the
absolutely.
bunny ears, right? It's the bunny ears.
It's an iconic look. So much so that I stole it. I'm like, yep, I got to do this at least once in my life.
Actually, throwback. Do you remember that you walked out with some stuff on your face?
Oh my god,
when you walked
yes.
the dog?
Oh,
That's great.
I guess fun story for anybody that doesn't know, but I did it once as like a small sub goal. I was like, no way people will do this, and it was like 5 seconds later it got hit.
I dropped 5 subs. Yep. I wanted to see that.
I was not really prepared for it, so I got like, it was paint. Yeah, straight up. I put spray paint on a paintbrush, and did whiskers, a black nose, and had bunny ears and all that. And I didn't think anything of it. I did like a 12-hour stream or something ridiculous. My first one, I think. And I was so exhausted. I was letting the dog out. It's like midnight. Didn't think anything of it. A nice younger Japanese woman rode the elevator with me because I was living in an apartment and just stared at me. I'm like, oh my god, I'm so embarrassed right now. And she doesn't speak English. I don't really speak Japanese, so it's just awkward face. Like, oh,
oops.
Yeah, my beat.
I love that.
Oh, I had repressed that.
I was gonna bring it up anyway.
Good. I'll see it.
The man humble.
I wonder if there are any highlights from that still, because I'm kind of curious to see how it looked.
I hope so.
It was a while
have another
back.
clip in my personal storage on my computer that I'm not allowed to share. It's the schlongy Gaffey clip.
Oh, perfect.
I think you know which one.
I do. That's my dog. You know, he's about to have a kid. I haven't talked to him in a decent little bit. Ooh. Yeah, I'm sure his Twitch time's gonna go down quite a bit.
Oh yeah, I mean, having a kid is a big change in life.
But they want it for a long time, so congrats to him.
I'm happy for them.
Now, on the opposite side of things, do you have anything that you wish was improved upon, or any gripes about streaming and running?
Ooh, streaming specifically, there's a couple of things about Twitch that I don't like. And I have some principles that I'm really keen on protecting, and that's why a couple of people like I don't watch all of the streamers. I feel like a couple of people like tend to like push into wanting to make money from it, and I really steer away from them. Like I've the scam train disabled. I don't incentivize donations or at all. Like I don't even have a donation button. I'm a big fan of like information should be open, and I love to share all the tools that I use for my stream, and I love helping people out, even for free. If you need some cool advice on overlays and stuff, just hit me up. If I'm free, I'll spend some time with you and talk about it. That kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
I don't need this to be a job. Any money coming into stream is going back into stream, and it's just a nice hobby for me. So Twitch, or in that case Amazon, just trying to like make every buck from anything in Twitch is just it feels wrong to me. It just feels wrong. I want to pay. I would pay Twitch to turn off ads in my channel.
Oh my god,
like, I would pay them $50 a month.
I hate ads so much.
Please. That's really rough.
There was one thing they said, like, oh, we're gonna make it so partners don't have to watch ads, and I'm like, yep, that's it. Now I need partner just for that.
Yep. Now we need partner.
They made uBlock and AdBlock not work anymore. I'm like, ugh.
Actually, that reminds me of something. So my emote short URL is MadBro5, not 9.
Oh. Is there any way to change it?
Only if you get partner.
Of course.
Made me remind it. Yeah, it's unfortunate.
One day.
Here's a nice refresher for chat. So if you don't follow Gaffey already, follow Odor25.
Oh, snap. You heard the man. You don't want that. I love that you have the Uno card emote.
Oh yeah.
I use that
The Uno card emote
so much, especially because you have it on your Discord as well. It's like, oh,
it's for free, guys. If you want the Uno BTV emote, it's free. Just
it
look
is
up
free.
Uno Blue. I love sharing. It's great.
I guess actually, just while I'm thinking of, Discord stuff, all that, I was terrible with it. I wasn't going to have one either. And when I finally caved in, which was probably 4 months after I started really doing anything, I was just terrible at it. So you made it what it is today, and I appreciate you so much.
I mean, I had a little hand in it.
Yeah, a lot of hand in it.
You still do a lot of fun things on the Discord, which I really like.
Trying, I guess. I don't know.
Art museum.
Oh, now that's just
that's some crisp content right there.
As much as I love the idea that it's a channel point thing, it's only 1,500, but I love doing them because everybody knows I'm terrible at it, and that's what makes it fun.
That's actually something that Amanda, who is a mod in my channel, actually stole. So you have Gaffey's lawn, and they made BroNine's balcony.
I've seen the balcony. I've hung out on the balcony a time or two.
It's interesting.
All right, I'm gonna ask about this because
trendsetter.
I've never understood it. It's my own thing, and I don't understand it. What's the appeal of going into a muted channel?
I don't know. I've never actually hung out in there. I do something else that I like to call "Is this content?" I just had an idea for a stream one day, and I was like, I'm just gonna play off schedule because I stick to my schedule. And, if I play anything off schedule, it's like different games like Pokemon and stuff. And I just decided, is this content? Yes, this is content.
Yes.
I started the Darkest Dungeon playthrough. Never even finished it, by the way.
Really?
Called it This is Content. Then decided to make a Discord channel, and it's just a channel where anyone can stream anything they like. It's just some place where we hang out and talk. And
that's brilliant.
It's great. So every now and then, someone will drop into This is Content. There's a text channel as well, so they can share links and stuff. And they start streaming a game, and then one person joins, and 2 people join, and there's a group of 6 randomly just hanging out, just talking, playing video games, and it's great. I love that. It's just a community having a good time.
Not envious, but I like it, and I try to resemble it as well. I love the sense of community that you've built up. And probably if anyone's going to be partner soon TM, then I hope it's you. You've been steadily growing. You've been consistent. You got the quality content. Your heart of gold is admirable. I want nothing but the best for you, my guy.
I feel like if it happens, it has to happen naturally. I feel like a lot of people.
Oh yeah. It's not a force thing. Just if it happens, it happens.
I never even thought that community would grow to this size. I honestly still mind-boggling. I'm a little introverted. I got my confidence talking to people and stuff in World of Warcraft as a raid leader, so it's not like I'm naturally like.
Oh, you're a raid leader?
I was raid leader, yeah.
Bless.
You do extra work though all the time. People depend on you, and while it's nice, it's also very exhausting. That's why it's not really my main game anymore.
I couldn't imagine doing that consistently.
Yeah, I think everyone can build stream or their community or their online presence like this. I'm definitely not some guru. I just take things one step at a time, and I showing my creativity through
sorry. Okay, I'm so sorry. What were you saying?
No, I'm basically, the point is I think everyone can build their way up to a community like this and have a friendly environment where they can be themselves and they can help others. But you got to take care of yourself first. I've been through a lot in life, and I know where boundaries are. I know how to diffuse a situation if it's super bad. I've had some people in chat that are trying to like kind of mess around with people, and you just gotta get in there and show them. That's the thing. Show them a good time, and
Yeah.
people will follow. I don't really know if there's like a baseline anywhere, but just do what you like.
So
And
oh, sorry. I don't mean to
no,
interrupt.
go ahead.
You've kind of
I've
defined
lost
yourself
my own
as more
train of thought.
introverted. Do you still get anxious ever before pressing that go live button, or is it natural at this point?
There's still a bit of nervousness. It's definitely not something that is supernatural. I will actually have more problems with. I'll have more trouble pressing the go live button when I'm not scheduled to stream on a Wednesday like this, when I'm like, well, I'm up early. I could go play Pokemon online right now. I'm not sure if people will show up. And that's when I have the most anxiety about going live. But I think building myself up for a schedule, and then having a ritual of getting all my tools started, getting my stream deck done, setting up the on board for all the animations I do on my stream, and then making sure I have chat open and my stream avatar set up and everything is working. I think that process helps me ease into actually starting the stream.
Okay, I like that. It's like a habit at that point.
Yeah, it's definitely like a ritual that everyone could do. And then I always introduce, or I always intro my stream with like 5 minutes of intro, and people run in, and that's comforting in a way that people will like. You've only clicked going live right now, and there's already 3 people in, and that's when my brain basically says, "Okay, it's all good now." And it kind of just goes from there.
I think it's really hard, and I experienced it again, especially with moving and not having consistent schedule and stuff like that, where things were pretty decent. I never was too worried about being alone in things, and I think that's the hardest hump to get over when you're just starting too. But going, and you've had a taste of, you have a little bit of chatting, not just talking to yourself and talking about game and stuff like that. Once you've had it, it's hard to not have it anymore.
It's definitely something I tell to starting streamers as well. Starting streaming is all about networking, and then knowing what you're doing. So usually the start of the stream, like the start of your stream channel, you start presenting and not interacting, and a lot of people don't understand how to do that and how to then transition into interacting when people do show up, and like when friends come hang out. And I think that's always the first step. You need to learn how to present, and then you can like transition over into
for sure
interacting with chat and with other influencers and streamers and whatever you want to call them.
And I've seen quite a few people, and not necessarily lately, but just in general, like randomly popping into a random streamers, where they think of affiliate like a grind, and pretty much all they do is go live, do their game, end it. And something I think you did that I'm like, oh, this is obviously the way, is you were part of communities already. So did you ever even experience a real grind for affiliate, or was it pretty natural? That's like, oh, it just happened.
So that's what I thought it would be when I started streaming Overwatch. I thought it would be a grind, and like, well, if it happens, it happens, and it's nice. But as soon as I started like being part of a community and having people already around you that are interested in what you're going to do, or your presence, just hanging out with you, I think that makes it a lot more natural. And that makes the process of like getting to the 3 average viewers and the average stream days and hours a lot easier as well.
Yeah.
I had my boss watch my stream before I got affiliate, and not because I asked him, but because he said that he want to support me in that way. And
yeah,
that
genuine interest.
Yeah.
I remember, so like I started streaming just so I could have live recording, since my hard drive had almost no space on it left.
It's the easy solution for getting some recordings online, for sure.
I didn't think anything of actually, being social or anything like that. I don't think I did a camera at first, but it was pretty early on just because I thought it was more personable. And I was like, I just want a single person to talk to while I'm doing this to make this more homey. And like, I'm not just playing the same game over and over again. And so affiliate wasn't even anything on my mind. I didn't think anything of emotes, anything like that. And I have found myself more in the past few months thinking very analytically and stuff like that. And so now I'm trying to step back from that. I'm like, I'm just going to do what I want, go back to the good old days of I just enjoy doing this. And I think it's a much more healthy
it's easy
mindset.
To get into the analysis paralysis, right?
They make it very easy.
Numbers go up. It's kind of weird. I like the aspect of like looking at where people come from, like what kind of interest they have, and like why people watch their streams, and then use that knowledge to like see what you can improve on. But yeah, the whole numbers big. Twitch is not helping with that.
No.
Twitch will tell you have 400% increased subscriptions this week. It's like it's because no one subscribed last week because everyone subscribes at the start of the. They just want to show big numbers, and that's actually something I think that Twitch should do differently.
Yeah, they know where their money's at. That's
that's
what I think is their priority.
I mean, I could also stream in a hot tub.
Hey, shit, I might give you a few gifties for that. Hold up.
Oh no, please no.
That's an interesting trend.
So this is actually something that I wanted to ask you. I've been meaning to ask you, but I feel like this is the perfect time for it. So we've talked about me like growing on stream and that kind of stuff, but you're putting in good work for After the Split, and I've really enjoyed watching all the other episodes so far. So who would you want to be interviewed by if you ever get big? Who would you want to be the person that invites the GaffeyTaffy?
So I thought this was an original idea, and it's something that I'm not necessarily I feel guilty about, but something that I feel needs to be said. When I started doing this project, I thought it was something that hadn't been done before, and it was super unique, and it would go to a very passionate group. And in starting this up, I actually ended up finding, and it was because I saw Rico was on an episode of Overboost from PMC Trilogy. He works with GDQ, cool runner. And I'm like, oh shit, okay, so I'm not the first one. And I watched it. His is super good. And he does them live, which big kudos. I would not do this live just because of literally anything. Something you dislike gets said, or you want to add special effects to make things a little different, which in my opinion, especially now, if I'm going to be doing something, I want to do it better or different. Yeah. So my little games and stuff like that, I think is something that separates me, and I go more on the deep dive aspect than what's your favorite console and stuff like that, So him and CJ from the Speedrun Insider, I think he is super personable, and he has good conversations with people. So those are the two. And then in general, I'm trying to think who does.
Imagine the headline: new interviewer from the big After the Split.
Oof.
Interviewed by, and then what name is there?
Shit, I guess my biggest inspiration for interviews in general is Sean Evans from Hot Ones. Now that's a pipe dream. That is it. Basically, he gets people on, and they progressively go through spicier and spicier wings. But his questions are just so good.
That sounds tasty.
No, it's miserable. I have quite a few of the sauces. So like your average like Cholula is like, they have a scale for spiciness. It's like 3,000 Scoville units.
Yeah.
You get to 10 and it's 2 million plus Scoville units. Like one bite and you'll be crying and your sinuses are drained. And so I bought a few of the sauces at the high level, and oh my God. One pea drop is good for a whole like dish when you're cooking. Oh, it's flavorful. It's very flavorful because you only go with naturals. I'm a bit of a hot sauce snob now. But
nice. I appreciate that.
You don't want the artificial shit with the capsaicin. You just want natural peppers. That's where flavor's at. But yeah, I try and be more like him. So if I get on that show, which wouldn't happen because he's getting people like actual Hollywood celebrities.
Was it Sean Evans?
Yeah, Sean Evans. Reach out to Sean Evans.
Sean Evans. Okay, guys. Anybody know this guy? All right.
I'm practically the next Rick Ross anyway, so.
All right.
But we'll see. I'm just hoping that, you know, at least some people enjoy this. And that's the biggie. I enjoy making it, so hopefully some people enjoy listening to it.
If you enjoy making it, that's really all you need.
Exactly.
I think that's one of the bigger ones.
Now, I know you have YouTube as well. Do you try and push that? Is that something you hope to expand upon?
So I had a project in the loop that I was going to play all of my indie games in my Steam list, and I'm gonna play them off schedule and then make like short reviews or like first looks kind of videos.
Yeah.
And then I realized that's really not my style, and I'm still trying to kind of find like where I fit in the whole YouTube game.
Yeah.
I'd love to do something that I would watch. That's always kind of been the thing for me. Like, I need to enjoy my own content, and I watch my own VODs back for both quality control and because I like watching back some of the interactions. I'm not like a huge narcissist or anything, but I do enjoy my own content, and if I ever stop enjoying my own content, I need to move on to something else.
Wow, that's
So I'm just trying to kind of find. I'm trying to kind of find what I would like to see on YouTube, and like one of my big inspirations is Total Biscuit. But rest his soul,
yeah,
he did so much for the gaming community. It's insane. But I personally, that style doesn't fit me. So I'm just every now and then I'm gonna try like some ideas in my head, and for the meantime, I'll just upload some stream highlights and VODs.
Yeah, I'll agree. Straight up, I do not like the YouTube system. I think there's no real sense of community aspect to it, and then growth feels impossible because of it as well.
It feels more like a game. It's kind of weird.
You have to promote your shit through other parties to get it even shown, which is what it is. I did put that mini doc on Reddit, and it's now by far my most viewed video, so that's cool.
Disco set my name in it. Hi, Disco.
Shout outs.
Shout out to Disco.
That's my dog.
You're a homie.
And yeah, pretty much everybody. Lexi's stories were fantastic. Socks is very enthusiastic. So that was probably the thing that I was most excited, but still anxious about, which is weird. Like, I put something out like this, I'm like, it is what it is. But
I'd like to see more of that in the future, for sure.
Oh, thanks.
It brings like, even the speedrunners that watch this, like, it brings them closer to the viewers as well, which I think is really nice. I didn't have a face or personality to put to the name often, so like
that's true.
Honestly, I know Disco. I hang out with him, play a bunch of Mario Kart with him. He's a good friend. But then Socks and streams I've seen like here and there in Busta stream and like as a name and a little bit of as a chatter, but I didn't know them personally. And I think that the look into what they think about streaming and speedrunning, it really helped shape them more as a person, and I really like that.
That is something, kind of interesting to... I mean, you see a bunch of names, especially on repeat, they get a little bit of a personality through text and chat and stuff, but I mean, it's conceptually weird that these are real people from all over the world, you know?
For sure. Yeah. And then sometimes one of those people will turn out to be like a neighbor.
Oh, yeah.
It happens. My neighbor actually found me randomly playing Majora's Mask.
Really?
He's like,
what?
Wait, Robin? Is that you? Like, hi.
Yeah, it's me.
It's so weird.
Cotton, who's been really cool, homie. I've had a few people that I talk to fairly regularly now, and they help with mentality and stuff like that. Cotton lives like 20 minutes away from where I'm at now, which is crazy.
Meet up.
One of these
really
days.
Cool. I know a couple streamers who have had like actual meetups, like with their community, and I'm kind of on the edge of like, because my my age group of community members is a bit mixed. I have some
Oh, yeah.
younger kids and a bunch of more older people. So I don't want to be exclusive, but also there's like kind of social rules I should
It's a smart
adhere
boundary,
to.
yeah.
Yeah.
For one, I think my first major one is probably going to be GDQ. I can't wait to go to some sort of event like that. I hear it's a party. You get to see cool runners, and who knows? Networking
Connect
is
with
always
folks.
important, of course.
Yeah. And then there's beers afterwards, I've heard.
And yeah, the hotel beers.
Yeah. If it's ever like closer to my area, I would definitely go. But flying
Yeah,
all
of
the
course,
way
that's
to
flying
America is
across
a
the
bit
world.
rough.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they do like ESAs and stuff like that closer to you as well.
Yep. Once we get to travel and I'm a little more seasoned of a traveler, then
Mhm.
definitely hop into one of those events.
I am feeling extremely jealous just because of the state of the world right now. It seems like Australia kept things under wrap, so they're starting to go back to real life. And seeing them, it's like, I want that to be me. I wanna go to speed events and fighting game tournaments and
Yeah.
the nerd stuff that I used to do.
I've not met my D&D group in like half a year.
Really?
Like physically.
What?
It's really rough, and transitioning to online D&D is kind of weird, especially for me.
How are the
I am the
resources?
DM. I talk to people, like I like emoting with my face. I like interacting with people, looking them straight in the eye and doing an in-character voice. So I didn't feel like online was really doing it for me. So I've been looking forward to getting back into it and meeting people IRL again.
One of these days, I know vaccines rolling out and people are, well, some
I'd be
demographics of
lucky
people.
if I get it by December.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
The Netherlands is really really behind.
So
We're
I've
actually, like,
heard.
pretty bad. Such a progressive country, so small, and yet so far behind.
Just
with
can't
some
get it.
things. So backwards.
But that comes down to leadership and stuff like that. Now that about wraps up all I have for you. Do you have any special shout outs to your community? Any speedrunners that you watch that you want to give more recognition to?
All right, I'll have to think for a second. Because I've been more into variety lately. But seeing as I'm running the messenger right now, definitely go check out Grondius, who's current world record holder. They're great personality on stream too, so they're not like 100% focused on stream on the game, which is really nice. Something I really enjoy. And
I'm gonna include him just because he's also a homie in my community, I guess. Thrigo does not get nearly enough attention for the variety
recently
and
got
skill.
another personal best. So Thrigo, good job, man. I am really proud of you. I actually helped Thrigo set up his stream at the very beginning. So, man, what you did, I'm honestly super proud. I'm gonna start crying.
Aww.
Yeah. Oh my god, I'm actually crying.
That's okay. Then oh, see that. Oh, that's the most awesome shit.
All right, I'm good. Oh man, thank you so much for having me.
I'm so thrilled to have you. It feels so weird asking people on, but like, I don't know. I think people are keen to the idea, and I'm coming to learn that, but it still is like, hey, do you want to talk about yourself for like an hour to two?
I can imagine it's kind of weird. I mean, I don't mind talking about myself. I can definitely understand that people would be like, it's kind of nice, but then also it's kind of weird. I've loved this, and I'd love to see you grow even further. Like I said, Sean Evans, right?
Yeah, we're gonna get on Hot Ones one of these days, one of these years.
One day you'll be sitting around a table eating spicy wings.
You'll see me cry from pain. It'll be great. Nice. But yeah, thank you. I'm gonna wrap this up.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye.